Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Stories Beyond the Polish. And today's story is about a fake boyfriend situation that turned into love after one unexpected kiss. So let's dive in.
Okay, so this is gonna sound completely insane, but just hear me out. Last month, I became someone's fake boyfriend, and honestly, I still don't know how it happened. Like 1 minute, I'm sitting alone at this bar, trying to figure out if ordering another beer is worth the hangover. And the next minute, there's this girl asking me to pretend I'm in love with her. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. Let me back up. So it's a Thursday night in late September, and I'm at Murphy's. You know Murphy's? It's that crappy bar near the University of Arizona campus that smells like old wood and spilled beer, but somehow everyone ends up there anyway. My roommate Jake was supposed to meet me, but he texted like 30 minutes earlier, saying he was bailing for some Tinder date. Classic Jake, honestly. While I was sitting at the bar scrolling through my phone pretending to be busy, when really I was just refreshing Instagram for the 100th time. My beer had gone warm and flat, and I was seriously considering just going home and watching Netflix in my underwear, like the exciting 23-year-old I am. That's when she walked in. I'm not even trying to be dramatic here, but I literally felt the air change. She had this frantic energy about her, like she was either late for something or running away from something. Her hair was dark brown, almost black, and pulled back in this messy ponytail with pieces falling out everywhere. She wore a denim jacket that was way too big for her over a white tank top and jeans. Nothing special really, but something about her made me look up from my phone. And then she looked right at me. For like 3 seconds, we just stared at each other across the bar, and I had this weird moment where I thought, maybe I knew her? Like maybe we had a class together, or she worked at the Starbucks I go to. But before I could figure it out, she was walking straight toward me, and my brain just went completely blank. "Hi," she said, breathlessly sliding onto the stool next to mine. "I know this is super weird, but I really need your help." Up close, she was even prettier. She had these light brown eyes that were almost gold in the dim bar lighting, and freckles across her nose that she'd probably tried to cover with makeup. Her chest was rising and falling fast, like she'd been running. I said intelligently. "Do we know each other?" "No, but we're about to." She glanced over her shoulder toward the door, and then back at me. "Team, my ex just walked in, and if he sees me sitting here alone, he's gonna come over and ruin my entire night. So I need you to pretend you're my boyfriend, just for a little bit. Please." I must have looked confused because she kept talking really fast. I know how this sounds. I know I look crazy right now. But he's been texting me non-stop for 2 weeks, and I keep telling him I've moved on, and if he sees me with someone, maybe he'll finally believe me and leave me alone. She grabbed my arm, and her hand was freezing cold. "Please, I'll buy your drinks for the rest of the night. I'll owe you forever. Just please, don't let me deal with him alone." I looked over at the door and saw him. Tall guy, maybe 6'2", with that generic handsome thing going on. Dark hair styled with too much product. Wearing a button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up like he was trying really hard to look casual. He was scanning the bar with this smug expression that immediately made me not like him. Something in my chest tightened. Maybe it was the beer. Maybe it was the fact that I hadn't talked to a girl in like 3 months. Maybe it was just that she looked so desperate and scared, and I'm apparently an idiot who can't say no to pretty girls. But I heard myself say, "Yeah, okay." The relief on her face was instant and intense. "Oh my God, seriously? Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me." She scooted her stool closer to mine, and suddenly I could smell her perfume, or shampoo, or whatever. Something sweet like vanilla mixed with something floral. It made my head feel fuzzy. "What's your name?" she asked. Carter, I said. My voice came out rougher than I meant it to. I'm Sienna. She smiled, and her whole face changed. She had a dimple on her left cheek. Okay, Carter. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk and laugh like we've known each other forever. You can touch my arm or my hand or whatever feels natural. And if he comes over, just follow my lead, okay? Okay, I agreed, even though my heart was now beating so hard I was sure she could hear it. The bartender came over, and Sienna ordered some cocktail with raspberry in the name. She turned back to me and launched into this conversation, like we actually were dating. Asked me what I was studying, where I was from, what I liked to do. And the weird thing was, it didn't feel forced. I told her I was in engineering. Mechanical engineering specifically, even though half the time I had no idea what I was doing, and I was pretty sure I'd chosen the major just because my dad wanted me to. She laughed at that, this real genuine laugh that made her eyes crinkle at the corners. She told me she was studying graphic design and working on this logo project for some local brewery. The way she talked about it, her hands moving around as she described her ideas, her voice getting all excited and animated, I forgot we were pretending. I forgot about the ex watching from across the bar. I forgot about everything except the way the dim lighting caught in her hair and the sound of her laugh. Her knee bumped against mine under the bar and neither of us moved away. You're really good at this, she said quietly after a few minutes. At what? Pretending. She bit her lip. You almost had me convinced for a second there. Before I could figure out what to say to that, his voice cut through our bubble. Sienna? She stiffened next to me. I watched her shoulders go tense and her smile become something plastic and fake. She turned around slowly. Ryan, hi. Ryan was even more punchable up close. He had this fake, casual stance going on, hands in his pockets, but his eyes were cold as they moved from Sienna to me. Didn't expect to see you here, he said. His tone was light, but there was an edge underneath it. You didn't text me back earlier. Yeah, I was busy, Sienna said. His eyes landed on me again. Who's your friend? The way he said friend